Hello my beautiful bookish friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I am still rocking this bookish makeup that was inspired by Legendary. I will leave the tutorial linked up here and down below if you guys want to check it out. But I had time to film and I am ready to talk about some books. So today I'm doing my December TBR. So if you guys want to see what I'm reading in December, then just keep watching. So the month of December I am completely dedicating my TBR to two readathons that are going on. One is being co-hosted by Miss Chelsea Darling. Love her, watch her channel. I do not know the other person who is hosting. I don't watch them, unfortunately, but I will link her video down below if you want more in-depth details about the readathon. And then I'm also doing one that is being hosted by Julie Pages and Pens. I think she's just Pages and Pens, but her first name is Julie, and she is co-hosting that as well. And again, I don't know who the other co-host is, but you can go over to her channel, which I will link down below, and check it out. They do Twitter stuff, they do Instagram challenges, they do all kinds of stuff. So if you guys really want to go in deep with this stuff, you can. I am just doing the reading part of the readathons. And I'll probably post some on Twitter, which I will have linked down below if you guys want to see how my progress is coming along throughout the month instead of just waiting till the end of the month, or if I do a reading vlog. So with that being said, let's talk about the events. The first one I'm doing is Tis the Season-a-thon, which is Chelsea's, and that runs from December 2nd through the 8th, and there are 6 challenges, but I'm only participating in 5 of them. One of them is to buddy read 10 blind dates, and I don't really have interest in that book, so I am just skipping that challenge. I think that was a bonus challenge anyway, so I'm just doing the 5 main challenges. So the first one is to read a book with snow on the cover, and I am reading The Heart Forger. This is the second book in the Bone Witch series, which I have a feeling it's going to go on for a very long time, and that makes my heart happy. This is following Taya and her necromancer magic and how she is waking the Deva from the dead and she's gonna rain hell on everyone. I know, very holly jolly, very Christmassy, but I am not a Christmas fan, so this is the kind of stuff I like to read in the winter. You find out that there are people who are plotting against her, which if you read the first book, you probably knew that already, but she knows death like the back of her hand. She's a bone witch, and not only can she bring them back, she can also take life. So she can raise people and then put them back in the ground, and then raise them and put them back in the ground. So I'm very excited to see where this story goes. The first book was told in 2 timelines, like present time and then past. So I'm interested to see if this is just gonna pick up where the last one left off with the present storyline, or if we're still going to be bouncing back and forth. So this is my snow on the cover book. The next book I do not actually have yet. It will be on the way to me very soon, and that is One Day in December. I just ordered it from Book of the Month, and it is for the holiday themed challenge. I don't have any other Christmas books. Surprise, surprise. Like I said, I do not like Christmas. So it is all about a girl who sees a guy on a double-decker bus. I believe it's all set in London, and she keeps trying to find him, and she never does. And then the year after she sees him on Christmas, her sister brings this guy home as her boyfriend. So I'm interested. It's not a thriller, which I kind of wish it was, because that would be a really good thriller. But it's a contemporary romance. I think it's going to be very Hallmark movie-y. So it's going to be a contemporary, which is going to kind of help with the next event, readathon, that I'm doing, to kind of break up the kind of things I'm reading. So I'm excited to get that in my hands, but that will come to me hopefully before the end of the readathon. The next one is a book that you were given as a gift, and I'm going to read Sky in the Deep, which my cousin gave me for my birthday because I had the Girl the Sea Gave Back, and I guess this is the companion novel and this is the first one. So she said it would be a good idea if I read this first because it kind of builds the world up, and then the other book doesn't build the world up as much, so this will help me be less confused. And this is, yeah, a 17-year-old warrior, and it's Viking-y, so kind of like a dark, cold setting. I haven't really read much about this. The synopsis talks about a brother's betrayal and surviving winter in the mountains in a village where every neighbor is an enemy and every battle scar is possibly one she delivered. So I think it's going to be good. It talks about Vikings, which is cool because I am of that heritage. I'm Scandinavian. So I'm interested. I'm interested in reading it, and I think it'll be really good, and maybe I will have time to get to The Girl the Sea Gave Back. The next challenge is to a book to read with a holiday treat, so that can really apply to any of these. It'll just depend on what I'm feeling at the time. I think I will probably have some cocoa because that's my favorite like holiday time thing, with the Heart Forger because that's the longest one. The last challenge for this one is to find a title related to music, and I have none. Now let's talk about the second readathon I'm doing. This is a 2-week one, which I'm highly appreciative of. This is the fantasy-a-thon round 2, hosted by Pages and Pens and a couple other people that I don't watch or know. And this one runs from the 13th to the 22nd of December, so that is amazing. But yeah, they are all just fantasy ones, and there are 8 challenges, and I think I should be able to participate in at least 7. So they did recommend that you double and triple up on the challenges, which I definitely am going to do because some of these challenges apply to so many books. So the first one is Read a Diverse Fantasy, and I am going to read Tiger Lily. I just read Tiger Lily is Native American. I have very little Native American heritage in me, but we don't really participate in any of the traditions or anything. So I'm very interested to read this. I don't think it's an own voices, but it very well could be. I don't really know much about the book. I just got it because I like the premise of the story, of it being a little bit dark and twisted and dealing with Tiger Lily being in Neverland and Peter Pan and Wendy. The next one is Read a Debut or a backlist book, and a new series or read on in a series are the challenges that this one covers. So those are 2 separate ones. So a debut novel from an author or a book you've had on your shelf for a while that you want to get through, and then a new series that you haven't started yet or read on in a series. So I am going to read the Hazelwood because this is a backlist book I have had on my shelves for a while and would really like to get to, and also it is a series now. So this is the first book in the series, so I'm going to start it. And this is a little bit of a lighter fantasy. I feel like witchy fantasy is more my speed. When it comes to certain stuff, I'm not a big high fantasy person. So I am very excited to read this. Plus this cover is gorgeous. I got it at Target if you are looking for this edition. The next book also falls under 2 categories. It is to read a hype train fantasy, so something that everybody on Booktube is talking about, and also read one of the host's favorites. So since I watched Julie, I picked one of her favorites, and I am going to be rereading The Wicked Deep, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I really want to reread it. I read it in the end of 2018, so it's been a year, and I want to feel all the feelings again that this book gave me. Plus it's beautiful and I love it. It could also fall under debut author, I believe, that this is Shea Earnshaw's first book. The next challenge is read a format that you don't normally read, and I do not usually read children's fantasy, but I do have a set of them on my shelves, and I think it'll be a quick read, and that is The Witch. I don't know, this is The Witch book, so this is The Power of 5. So I think this is all the beginning. Did anyone else watch this cartoon? I believe it was a Disney thing. It was on like Saturday mornings. I loved the show when it was on. It was not on for long. I think it might have been an anime first, but I'm not positive, or they were trying to make it like an anime. I don't know. It didn't do very well or get very far. I feel like now it would just explode everywhere. But yeah, I'm going to read this. It's going to be a quick read, and this is definitely like a children's fantasy. So that is a format I don't normally read. And the last challenge is to buddy read Winterwood by Shea Earnshaw. I do not have that book yet, but I do have it on my list of books I want. So I'm hoping I will either be able to get it before then, or maybe I'll get it for Christmas and read it kind of after the buddy read's over. But yeah, oh, I also skipped a challenge, is to finish a fantasy that you have started but have not finished. And I have two options for this. I'm either going to finish the Heart Forger if I don't already finish it in the week of the 2nd through the 8th, which I feel like I'm not going to because it's so long, or I'm going to finish These Witches Don't Burn, which I have not finished yet for November's TBR. So either way, I will have a book, but I'm thinking about maybe doing a reading vlog. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down below, for like these challenges or for the month or whatever. But yeah, if you guys want to see me read these books, talk about them more, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.